Big wave, good people. I hope you're well. We'll keep playing that and let a couple of people come in. I'm not 100% sure if this is streaming out live on the YouTube channel. I'm not sure. So we'll wait for a couple of minutes. I have a couple of videos to play and we'll see if anybody comes in and anybody has any topics that they would like to discuss. And that's really it. We're going to do talks, myself and Darren. We're going to do talks. We're going to do one every Wednesday. Independent talks, we're going to call it. We'll be doing our own thing as well, and our own personal social media profile, so to speak, sending out the message, sending out information to our people, and just speaking from an independent perspective in amongst all the madness. So much madness out there. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're going to speak independently, stay independent, and shine a light onto the political domain and the corruption within the political domain and the fear of ours that the past number of years will not create a people's movement, but will create lots of organizations, cliques, political parties with political party whips, and all different fragmentations of the people. So I believe that we need a people's movement, an independent people's movement outside of the political domain. Although the political domain is very important, I know lots of people are pinning their hopes on the next local elections and the next European elections and all that stuff. And it is another realm, it's another part of the world, I suppose. So many aspects to this, um, so many aspects just on a national level. There's so many. They've got the health system not working, the education system is, let's say, wanting to educate dark ideologies upon the children of the nation. And lots of people see that now, and lots of people want to homeschool, and lots of people having troubles with TUSLA, another state agency. Um, there are so many of them, and there's so many issues. And yeah, what we're trying to do, I suppose, is not be suppressed by big tech, which they have done, and HSE in my case, and there's lots of suppression of people out there. So although YouTube have banned me previously, and I don't think I'll last long much on here under Dunica, but we'll see. I don't even know if this is streaming live, but we're looking to create a weekly live stream, and yeah, hopefully get better at keep it consistent. Find a place where we can put it out consistently and just chat to people from all over the nation and its territories and across the world, whoever wants to talk, to two Irishmen who are trying to, I suppose, find their way through the modern day society in an independent way, with a loyalty to the Irish Republic that was passed on to us, and a loyalty to the nation, our people, the land, the soil, the air, which we believe has been poisoned. Uh, we believe the fisheries are being stolen. We believe the bogs are being closed down unnecessarily. We believe the farmers are being pushed and pushed and pushed to produce less products in the name of biodiversity, and there's talk of culling cows and all this madness. So yeah, I just went off on a bit of a waffle there. Um, as I said, I could be talking to myself, but that's nothing unusual. That happens all the time, it seems. So yeah, what are the options out there? Um, there's lots of new political parties springing up, lots of new committees and cliques. So what I'm trying to do, I suppose, is find people who believe in independent, natural living men and women standing up for their nation without any fidelity or loyalty to any political party or any other party whip. It's a simple message. Do you believe the state is causing suffering on the nation? If so, can we start a people's movement, please? But the uptake is very, 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 very small on it because, let's be honest, lots of our people are very addicted to the online world, and lots of our people are very paranoid and distrustful and untrustworthy. And it seems lots of people are doing their patriotism, their acts of patriotism, just for the online world. That's what it seems like to me. Uh, Lots of stuff. When you're not in the online world, you don't come across it as much. So we're trying to create a group of people who want to converse and get on with life as well, but be independent in your town and village. Spread the message. And we all know that the party political system is rotten to the core, and political party system with its party whips has got us where we are. So I think we need to take down the political party system and its party whips. We don't need to create more. We need to create movements of people which are very simple, very simple. It seems most people would rather concentrate on the difference that people have amongst themselves, and that's a common trait that you'll see when you spend time in the activism world. You can call it the patriotism world, whatever it is, spreading the knowledge and the belief that you believe the state, the system is corrupt, is doing very dark and evil things. Uh, and it seems there are many, 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 many people out there who feel this, but they always choose to disagree and focus on the differences they have without ultimately realizing that we're all connected, you know. And have we got a problem with the state? I believe so. Is the political system need tearing down by the people along with RTE and TUSLA and the HSE? I believe so. And I feel that the years put in the activism, patriotism field, call it wherever you will. Personally, I don't feel it was done to spread knowledge and truth to our people, to empower political parties to come in off the wave of it. I don't see any of these political parties on the streets the last few years. As far as I can tell, you've got lots of people pushing the immigration, even though it is a big, 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 big problem, but only focusing on the immigration, not speaking about other stuff. And very nationalist, which is okay, but a very nationalist focus on immigration, and that's okay as well. But there are many other aspects to the state abuse of our people. As I said already, the farmers, the fishermen, the traveling people. Uh, yeah, it is what it is, folks. Our health system is actually causing the death of people at this stage. There are many people. I was only talking to Darden today about a case I read of recently of a woman who went into hospital with her husband, pregnant, and the husband came out alone. The mother lost the child on the first day, and the next day the mother died. And there's an investigation. I think it was in Limerick, Galway, one of them areas. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, it is what it is. Our state, our system is causing harm on our people, and our people argue about who's more right than each other. It's a strange situation to see. So yeah, that's the fear, and that's why we'll do these talks and keep speaking about things independently, because we do believe, I believe, that we need to find the voice of the people, free from any influence. And the voice of the people can include political parties and can include other organisations, but the voice of the people must be above all these parties, and these parties must serve the people. That's what I believe. Um, we don't need new political parties serving political parties. We don't need that. We don't need political parties going into the new system to haggle and broker deals and negotiate terms, dragging it out and dragging it out and dragging it out. This system is killing our people, and it has been for years. It's been trialing vaccines on young kids. That's been admitted. It's been taken babies from Irish people for decades. It's been causing harm on the cervical smear. My own mother-in-law personally, narcolepsy from the swine flu, and there's so much of it. So yeah, it's bizarre and it's weird to watch the people of a nation understand that the system is very, very corrupt and very dark and very evil, and it needs to change. But time is spent people arguing and forming new cliques, and it's just very sad for me. So the message is, I suppose, do your very, very best if you feel something similar to myself or people that you see out there. Um, I would encourage you, I would beg you to take personal responsibility and get active. It doesn't mean put your mush out on the camera. I know some people don't like doing that, but get out there and help some of our people if you can in any way, in the best way you can. And that's really it. Pass it on. Our people are suffering. Our people are suffering, immigrating at ridiculous rates, can't get homes. Um, our people are suffering with a mental health epidemic. Um, our state is bringing in multitudes of people, and there aren't enough refuges here to support victims of domestic violence. Um, according to EU standards, the EU have told our state there should be more refuges, and it ain't happening. Um, don't forget the 13 billion from the Apple tax. So there's so much corruption, and it just rolls on and on and on. And I hope someday there is a people's movement on our land. I'd love to see it in my lifetime. I can't think of any people's movement. I wasn't affiliated with anything that didn't have a little organization to promote or didn't have something to sell you. It's just a collection of people. That's ultimately what I would love to see in my lifetime. A movement outside of the political domain. I know the political domain exists, but it's rotten to the core, and people don't trust it. And I long for the day that there could be a people's referendum organised by the people for the people. But we'll see. As I said, it's very hard to find people to sit down with and converse with on a daily basis. As you'll see from the amount of videos I do, I've been doing them for years, and my message is simple. Are there any revolutionaries out there that would like to do work independently, to converse, to meet, to assemble, and get things done with more focus? It's quite hard to pull people off the online world, and that's why you keep using these seeds, because I know some people just see it as content, and some people are just interested in just watching it for what it is. They've no interest in getting active. But it needs some of us. It's nice to try and find some people who are not affiliated, who are not speaking on behalf of an organization or a secret society or a party. They've got us where we are. We need a people's movement. We need one fast. Can we build one? I don't know. I don't know. Most activists, most patriots don't even speak to each other. There's a lot of dislike. Lots of I was talking to two lads today, myself and Dragon were on a walk in the forest today, and we were talking to two of the locals. And we were just saying that the biggest problem probably is the fact that the people who are aware of how bad things are, some people are only new to the game, you know, they're only taking the ripples of information that have been sent out for the past few years, and they're only touching the corruption within the state, but there's much, much more to it. So, yeah, we were talking to the two boys today, and it's mad the conversations we're having, when we meet each other. And it's like everybody knows, but what did one man say today? We have it too comfortable. Nobody wants for anything. I think that's not the truth. I think lots of people are waiting for special needs treatments for the children, surgery for the children. We know about 150 children at the moment. Senator Tom Clonan, independent, brought her up. So there's 150 children of our children suffering with spinal injuries and not getting the treatment they need. One young boy has in the space that this stuff has gone on for the last 2 or 3 months, has become disabled for life. It's very sad, very sad. So there's a lot of sadness to take in when you realise how bad things are and how bad the people's movement is. I suppose people. It is rippling out, but we haven't got much time before it's too late. I fear it might be too late already, if you know what I mean. Um, that's what I'm feeling down on me gut the last few weeks. It could be too late. I hope it's not. But we've only taken the Darden today. Imagine the 1916 rebels could see our nation today. And now imagine the difference between 100 years gone and 100 years into the future. So when we're gone, when we're history, 100 years from now, what will the place look like? What is it to be Irish? What is it? What is our culture anymore? You know, we were trying to have a few assemblies outside the Mansion House, and for the life of me, I couldn't think of one traditional player or one traditional singer or one traditional dancer or anybody traditional, and nobody came forward. And quite sad actually when you break it down, because as we said, thousands and thousands of hours of video content, and doing what you do, and yeah, we have a problem. We can't convince our own family members to stand with us, and the people we've met and worked with the past few years. Some have just, I suppose, lost the plot. So we have a problem. We have a problem, and I fear that these new political parties, some of them are new, some of them have been around for a long time, and some of them called the scumbags for calling it, bringing it to the doors of politicians at the start of the Wuhan flu. So they're not new entities, and they haven't stood with the people the past few years. Some of them are new entities, so we have to be nice, and we're not here to tear strips anybody, but you know, we need to get real here. Our nation is really, 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 really struggling on a spiritual level and a mental level. All you have to do is look at the suicides and the mental health and the young people. It's the highest ever percentage of young people on medicated drugs, and we have the lowest birth rate ever amongst women in the 30s. And it's just when you look what's happened to the Irish people, it's very sad. And there is a spark there, I believe, but Civil War politics and ancestral DNA markings and all that stuff has got people very paranoid and distrustful. And people, when you meet them, they don't always speak the truth. What they're saying isn't always the truth. And they're not always the people that they portray they are in the online realm. So it's lots of people very disingenuous. Darden was saying today, he's like, he's had a checkered past. He had a rough upbringing and he was around rough situations when he was a child. But he says even he's never met so many mask wearers, very chameleons. Call it what you will. As I said, we'll talk and we'll talk independently. And that's it. I have a few videos here. I'm going to see if anybody commented. As I said, I don't know if this is even streaming live, but I suppose it's a bit of therapy anyway for myself. So I'll just check the comment, okay? Katrina, how are you, Katrina? I hope you're well. Seen a couple of your videos on TikTok. Actually, I think I watched you this morning. Stand up with Erda, or stand up for Erda. Yeah, look at play your part, Katrina. I believe there's one of the lads in the forest was saying there's a very powerful, deep, soulful, powerful power, I suppose, of this land. It's very important in the scheme of things. So keep doing you. Just keep spreading your information is all you can do, and do your very best. And that's my message to everybody out there, really. That's all, Katrina, I think, for now. Big distraction. They're all big distractions, Katrina. Smoking mirrors, It's all big distractions. And anybody wanting to pull us back into the political domain to fix these issues are either part of the problem or they're not intelligent enough to see that the political system is what is causing this, and the political system needs to fall. That's it. The party whip system needs to fall, and new political parties with whips. Political parties should only be dedicated to the people, in my humble opinion. Any party that's not are trouble. 5 years for autism psychology away and 2 years suspended from making videos by family court who are not in jurisdiction. Numerous guardian had enough of this. Yeah, it's very. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's very dark. The collusion amongst the law enforcement agency and the courts and Tusla, it's all very dirty. And then you see the people who are in there, hooligans getting a promotion now to, ironically, the cancer section of the HSE or the cancer screening section. Bernard Gloucester, who has had Angela Ray and Bridget Scanlon, and they've appealed to him as a man to help them. He's now been promoted to the HSE chief, and Paul Reid, who was Eircom but then became HSE, has now moved off somewhere else. And Noreen O'Sullivan, who was the copper at the time of the Maurice McCabe allegations and who lost 6 of 9 mobile phones, she's now been promoted to, I think it's Europe. And then you have the RTE, the whole RTE debacle. It's all smoke and mirrors. They're just exchanging wealth, and the Irish people suffer. This is the reality. And if people think that's a conspiracy theory, just look around you. Just look around you, people. Just look around you. There's so many sufferers of Tusla, so many sufferers of the health system, so many sufferers of the wards of court system, so many sufferers. And we do need a people's revolution. Will we get one? I don't know. Right, I'm going to play a video here. This is a young Irish man, one of our own. It's an old video, but you know.
Who gives a fuck about us homeless people out here, yeah? I was asleep in my bed, one of my best mates last night. I woke up this morning outside the Chop House in Dublin 4 outside First Street, and I found him dead, yeah?
How old is your friend?
23 years old.
And you woke up this morning and your friend's dead in the tent with you?
Yeah, dead in the tent.
Homeless.
Homeless, yeah.
God bless him, and may he rest in peace, and may God forgive the government what they've allowed to happen. God bless you.
I worked in Pearse Street for 22 years in the National Drug Treatment Centre. So I've been watching our people suffer for decades, and our own people employed within these agencies, looking down on them like they're pieces of, you can work out the word, the lack of empathy among civil servants is visible. You can feel it. It's a very uncaring place with lots of middle management and lots of big wages and lots of people off sailing yachts and eating duck on their holidays and shopping online, and living like kings and queens. When you break it down, for most of the population of the world, most people struggle. Lots of middle management and lots of these NGOs and lots of these so-called charities. Very lavish lifestyles in the grand scheme of things, and they don't want to disrupt it. They're part of the system. They are the system. Those who work for HSE, unfortunately, and I was one staff member there, and I was a good staff member with a good heart, and I tried, and there are some there, but you are working for the state, and it's I know you can be replaced tomorrow. You're only a number. I get that, but HSE needs to be disbanded as well. So we've got many issues, folks, and they need to be addressed yesterday. They don't need to be pushed down the line. They need to be addressed yesterday, and I believe we need a very radical people's movement. And that's it. But in terms of going around the country protesting and all, people need to get up off their arses and get out in their own towns. That's the message. You know, nobody can sort your town for you. You need to get out and let your voice be heard and let your presence be felt and do your best. So I'll play another video. Doesn't seem to be many live watchers of this. As I said, I know it's on me. I was banned off YouTube. This is a second channel. Probably get banned again. But it's just a way of continuing to speak. And yeah, hopefully it's a bit more often, you know, regular. More videos, give me a look.
You have a right to accommodation while you're in the asylum system. We have more and more people going into the asylum system, but we don't have more and more people coming out. We have unusually a 3-stage asylum system in Ireland. Most countries have 2. You apply at first instance, you have a right to appeal, and then you have a humanitarian leave to remain. And while the first 2, there are very clear figures. The Minister is not making decisions on humanitarian leave to remain. People are waiting, not months, people are waiting years. The first 2
so they've
stages...
addressed, in fairness, I think they have addressed the first 2 stages. They've become a little more efficient.
The first 2 stages have become more efficient. The Minister won't even give figures. I've been asking for figures, how long people are waiting for their decision on humanitarian leave to remain. So they're sitting in a direct provision centre where they have a right to accommodation. There are more and more people coming who could be taking that accommodation if their claim was determined, and the Minister is not making decisions. And of course, the longer people are here, the greater the prospect is that they will ultimately warrant humanitarian leave to remain, because they'll put down roots. That's what people do over time. So there's a real problem in the Department of Justice, and the Minister is sort of somehow distracting from that by saying, oh, well, we've added 2 safe countries, one of which is utterly irrelevant in terms of the statistics. You know, instead of actually providing the figures on how long people are waiting for her to make a decision. It's not, you know, and this is a large part of the problem, and it's possibly what is attractive. One of the factors that is attractive about Ireland is the delay in processing asylum applications.
Mary, do you want to respond to that briefly?
Yeah, I believe the Minister for Justice has made adjustments, and there has been an acceleration in terms of the first 2 stages. First 2 stages. The 3rd stage does have to be accelerated.
But the 2nd stage has nothing to do with it. It's independent. And the 1st stage is a separate office. The one she has complete control of is the last one. And it's the one that she's done nothing about.
And I would urge her to accelerate it.
OK, just...
McNamara. Is it Michael McNamara? We don't need more of them pretending that they're speaking up for the people. He's very aware. If I'm very aware of the things that are happening in this nation, you can bet your bottom dollar that man is aware. In all regards to Wuhan flu and all the data, all the immigration data. We don't need more of them. We need people saying it how it is. You're causing suffering and death on our people. And you're causing sadness on our people. And you're selling off our resources, which is making our people suffer. Okay. So yeah, we don't need more McNamara's. We need people who want to take down the system, who want to expose the darkness every day. I know some people say, oh, once you go in there, you can't, you know, you can. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say anyway. You don't need to become a politician to do that. Anybody who wants to become a politician, be wary of them, you know, because politicians are what have got us where we are. People who start dressing up for roles, start putting on a toy and all that stuff, and stop dressing the way they normally would. We need to get rid of that. We don't need more politicians. We need people's representatives. We need to change the format. We need to say, we don't consent to this as a people, and we need to change it. We don't need more McNamara's or Matty McGrath's. I put a constitution in Matty McGrath's hand myself personally, probably a year ago. These people have been sent letters by all different groups and all different people. Stephen Manning has wrote books about it. Gabriel Martin from the People's Party writes letters about it. All the corruption, all the connections with WEF, all the connections all the way with the EU, the UN, all this stuff. It's very dark. Well, yeah, it is what it is, and we're bringing information to our people. As I said, will it be enough? I don't know. I don't know. I fear that all the work we've done is going to go into new Pied Pipers You know, I don't know these people. Who are these people? Where have these people been? Why is it that the people who have been around are no longer around, but they're all online asking you for money? Why aren't these people working together? Isn't the nation, isn't the prize worthy of your attention? Why are people still nitpicking and fighting and arguing? Why are people carrying on like teenagers? What the hell is going on? Why are there more divide and conquer weapons being used? Why is the vote of the Irish people being split? You know, let's ask ourselves some questions. Who are these people? Are they all connected? You know, for the fact that the Irish Freedom Party, the National Party, James Reynolds' National Party, we know Ireland Force, we know the people, Irish people, you know, they're all in communication. We know that. What are their demands? What's the combined efforts of these parties? Is it just to be elected? What are the demands? What are they bringing to the table? Are we addressing the Wuhan flu and all the deaths, all the sackings, all the censorship? Have we forgot about the data centers, the water, 5G, masks on schools? We forgot about all this stuff. It is deep. The mining up in Ulster and all over the nation. This is all real stuff. The connections between MI5 and the Irish state. This is all evident. WHO. It's all evident. Garda commissioners. The previous commissioner, who I was banned off YouTube for reading a public letter to, Patrick Clavin. He's since retired. He's WEF, Harvard trained. And here it is. The guards aren't doing their jobs. There's illegal aliens causing harm on our people. This is all fact. And the Irish people need to rise, not as a political party, as a people. And political parties could be in that movement, but not leading it. We've had enough leaders in suits and ties and gangsters in suits. We need to tear that system down, I believe. Will it be done? As I said, I don't know. There ain't much attraction to this message. And we will see. But we got to keep speaking independently, truthfully, honestly. And that's it. And that's it. So we're going to check these videos again and see if I've anything else for you. If anybody wants anything discussed, drop it into the comments. And that's how we'll operate this. I'll play a couple of videos. We'll do it every Wednesday at 7. And that's really it, folks. As I said, I've spent many years scattering seeds all around the nation, and it is nice to see them starting to blossom. More and more and more people standing up. But you got to be wary of the energy vampires and the soul suckers who only want political party members. That's all they want. You got to be careful of that.
For my house was right there, and if they fucking raped them, I'd kill them. Fucking scumbag. Look at all these.
Be careful now. If you use 40 words toward the guard, they'll send you summons to your house.
Why aren't you going in and arresting the rapists? Oh, because he said it didn't happen.
Take that stupid grin off your face, will you? Respect the Irish people. Stupid grin on your face there is there, Inspector. Are you superintendent, are you?
That was great.
Where you had some bloke getting a punch in the head in Tallaght the other week, and he's all over everywhere. Why isn't this not on the media? Why isn't RTE not talking about this? No. These are all covering up the rapes and everything else. Gay men getting their heads cut off and their balls shoved in their mouth. What do you do? Cover that up. A teacher getting stabbed in the neck 11 times. You've covered that up as well.
There's a murder up in Ballyogan. A fella hit with a fire extinguisher.
There you go. And covered up again.
And a guard, a friend of mine's a sergeant. He told me I haven't.
There you go.
Stop them from doing fucking Ballyogan is
The biggest gang in the nation, Garda Síochána. The glue that holds her all together. It's very sad. It's very sad to see so much civil unrest about an issue. And the men and women who are meant to uphold law are actually a political security force. There aren't many of them, and they're struggling to bring in new members. I know last year they had the highest ever percentage of people resigning from the force, and they're struggling. They're struggling so much to bring in. They're going out into, let's say, foreign national residences and pushing for people to come into their force. It's a corrupt force. It needs to go. Again, there's so many things, guards disbanding. There needs to be a public oversight, an oversight body of the people watching the police officers. Will they be called the Garda in the future? I don't know. We'll see. But it all needs to fall. The guards, the HSE, Hustler, RTE. That is the state. I'll play this video. There's no comments there, so I won't hang around. Finish with this video. It's nothing to do with politics. But if you're aware of stuff, I know I say stuff. When I'm making my videos, I don't mean to say stuff. I just do. But my brother-in-law was watching the content the other day, and he says, "I was watching your stuff, Dennis, but when you said stuff, I couldn't listen to it. I had to turn it off." I said, "I'm mad. All the stuff I'm talking about, and it's the way I say stuff that makes you not watch it." Ireland's a pretty messed up place. People are, let's be honest, messed up. Can we help them? Can we heal? Lots of trauma out there. Can try our very best. So I wish you love, and I'll finish on this video. Any of them kids out there, they're all guzzling on the vapes and the energy drinks. I seen this one, I thought it was interesting.
We take that same chemical weapon that's an acute toxic, flammable environmental hazard, and we ship it to compound pharmacies that put it in supplements and protein powders and energy drinks that you drink. Right? You ever heard of a Celsius energy drink? Celsius energy drink has 4 times the amount of daily cyanide that a human being is meant to ingest. 4 times. That's just one sample. So drink Monster or Bang. Drink Bang, not Monster or Celsius, right? Bang has methylcobalamin. This has cyanocobalamin. So, and we wonder what, we're putting these toxic chemicals. He says, where we get the hydrogen cyanide? Don't make me take you to that website because you'll just get up and leave. Do you know where we would get hydrogen cyanide? Because these facilities that actually compound this B12, they don't even pay for the hydrogen cyanide. You know where they get it? Human sewage treatment plants. It is the waste from a human sewage treatment plant. It's called sludge. It's foamy yellow sludge. They scrape it off the top, they dry it, turn it into a powder, ship it to a facility, synthesize it with a metal, and put it in your vitamins. They take metal, hydrogen cyanide, and put it in our supplements. So that's exactly. So when you get home tonight, I want you to take all of your supplements and protein powders, spin them around, look for that word cyanocobalamin, and if it has it, throw it in the trash. Right? And do that for your kids too.
Just thought that was interesting. You might learn something from it. Pay attention to what they're targeting the children with in terms of products and movies and ideologies. It's up to you as the parents, as the mother and father. You get to choose, apparently, but you have to take responsibility on that one, I suppose, and let it be known how you feel. And it's very important that more people are allowed to let it be known how they feel. So, yeah, Anne Delaney, didn't know the lady, homeless lady who passed away on the streets recently over the past few days, and there's been a public pouring of love and emotion to the girl. And her name is Delaney. Didn't know the girl, but we're connected somewhere way back the when, same bloodline. So respect to that lady, and I'm sorry to you and to all the people who are out there suffering at the moment. My apologies. I'm not proud of what's happening to our people. I wish you well. If anybody's interested in ever coming on for a conversation and a chat, drop me a line. Always willing to chat with people, whether it be about self-sustainability, community gardens, whether it be about politics, whatever, doesn't matter. If it's something to do with, I suppose, taking away power from the system, give me a shout and we'll have a conversation. But you will be asked honest questions, and there will be no script. And truth and transparency is very important. So I'll leave you be, folks, and I wish you as well, and I'll see you in the future. As I said, I'll do another live next Wednesday, and I'll try and build it up again. I had a bit of a thing going on YouTube at the time, and as my missus said to me couple of weeks ago, Dennis, you've done more than enough protesting. See, sometimes I feel like I'm the modern day representation of my clan. When I say my clan, I mean Delaney's I know. There aren't many of us who stand up for our people. You know, my family all have their own lives, they're all busy. But yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm the modern day, I suppose, representation of my clan. And yeah, it's been tough, you know. It's been tough. It is tough. The Irish people, so desensitized and docile and dumbed down and programmed and poisoned. Can we find the flame? So I don't know, but we'll keep trying. And I'll see you next Wednesday if you're around. If you want to become active in your town and form part of a connection, get active in your local. Yeah, folks, it's the best I can say for you. We need a people's movement. There is no people's movement being supported by any of the political parties just yet. There are just political parties working together to promote political parties. There has been some bad vibes towards myself and people associated with me since we start speaking this way. It is what it is, but we have to speak truthfully and honestly. And if you're offended by anything I say, I'm offended, you're offended at this stage. Our land, our people, raped, pillaged, enslaved, drained in the modern day. And here we are. As I said, think forward 100 years. What will it be like? Would the people of 100 years ago be happy with how we're doing? I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. Can we do better? 100%. But can we get people offline? I don't know. The addiction is real. People are in the matrix. So yeah, that's really it. I'll finish off with this one, Katrina. My son has heart condition. I can't read that word. Rates were erratic. Rhesus rates were erratic. And first question the cardiologist team asked, did he drink energy drink? He didn't, but he said 16% rise in heart issues from drink. You remember reading a case of a fella dropping dead from it a few years ago? And I know a few young people who guzzle it. And yeah, that's the modern day young adult, isn't it? Guzzling energy drinks, hoovering the vapes out of it, and on the phone. It is what it is, and maybe we've let them down. Maybe. I know we've been let down a little bit, but we're passing it on now. We're aware of this, so it's up to us. We're the guardians. Do we keep wasting time talking nonsense? Blah 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 blah. Hot air. So as I said, the best thing you can do is, as an independent, as an individual, just do you. Bring your light to the world. Bring your energy to the world. And if you believe the state is a criminal organization, please highlight it. And I'll see you down the road. Much love to all. Be good.